Hello everybody, good evening and welcome to the United Stand. That shitty international break is now over and we're straight into football, and what a great feeling it is to have Manchester United back. And we need to win today. We need to win today. I've spent all weekend watching football. I've seen Liverpool, Man City. I've seen Arsenal. I've seen Newcastle, Chelsea, Brighton. I've just watched Spurs play Aston Villa. We need to win this game today, and I think we can do with that team. There's absolutely no reason why we shouldn't do. I looked at it. I think people are all right. Away from home, we're not necessarily great. I accept that, but you look at that United side, it's exciting. It excites me. There are weaknesses in there. I'm never going to start saying that the future is Harry Maguire and Scott McTominay and Victor Lindelof, but you've got Luke Shaw back. You've got Mainoo starting. You've got Garnacho and Rashford. It's a bit of a shame we've got no Rasmus, but we go with what we've got, and I'm pretty excited about it, if I'm being honest. And then I look at that Everton side, and let me just get it up on the screen for you here. I look at that Everton side, and we're sponsored by Manscaped, by the way, who I'll mention in a moment. But I look at that Everton side, and I go, really? Are we really going to sit here and say we're scared of that? Of course they're up for it. Of course they feel aggrieved. But they've got no Onana, and he's an important player for them. Their fullbacks are gettable. They don't, this is not Newcastle away. This is Everton away, and I think we've got to, go out there and really get at it, and that's what I expect to happen with Manchester United today, because the quality of United has to come through at some point. Really, it does, and we've not played well this season. Admittedly, I think we can all say that we haven't played that well this season. But I think that there is a real opportunity for us to go out there today and get a result. Keep in touch with those teams that are in the title race, not the title race, the race for top four, and just make some progress, really. Now, of course, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and say that I agree with the team that he's picked. I still will always say, even as a big fan of Erik ten Hag, I will never understand the what do you call it? I will never understand why you don't pick Rafael Varane. I don't understand that. I really don't. But on the other hand, Lindelof and Maguire have kept clean sheets, and I think that in itself is something to be acknowledged. And Ten Hag obviously is trying to prove a point here, and if he keeps winning, then I suppose he does keep proving that point. But other than that, looking at that Man United side, I think the big standout for all of us is Kobbie Mainoo starting. It sort of dilutes the fear of McTominay and Maguire and Lindelof, doesn't it? And it's great to see Garnacho starting as well. It's great to see Luke Shaw back as well. Look, I still think, even if we win today, it probably doesn't make a massive amount of difference in relation to what happens on Wednesday night, what happens against Newcastle next week, what happens against Chelsea after that. In some ways, I think that the game today is a must-win. Well, it's always a must-win game with Manchester United, let's be fair. But I think with who we're playing today, they're probably the easiest game we've got out of the next four. So you've got to go and win it. And there's going to be an atmosphere here. Of course there's going to be an atmosphere here. I'm not going to take away that at all. And Everton will feel aggrieved, and they're cut adrift at the bottom. But we've got to go out there and win this game today. And that's my bottom line here. Bit of exciting news for you just before we get into some of your questions. Always like this, especially when it's the Black Friday weekend. We've got a special offer for you with one of our favourite sponsors, Manscaped. You know what Manscaped's all about. Trim the grass to make the yard look bigger. The lawnmower gets to work down there and makes everything look fantastic. Brilliant in the hand. You got the beard trimmer, which I actually need to use later. Lots of different lengths there. Very, very powerful. And that's the beard trimmer. It's the best beard trimmer I've ever had, actually. It's absolutely incredible. And then they've got the new Handyman out, which Catherine gets excited about. I don't know why, and don't know whether she's in the chat. This, if you want to get clean shaven, is incredible. Now, I don't want to be clean shaven, but where I use this is just for the bits around here, where I want to be clean shaven around here. And as you can see, that's on a live stream and it's all gone. Instantly, all gone. This is absolutely incredible. Handyman, you can take it with you wherever. There is a special deal. Links in the video description. It's also by scanning the QR code next to me. Not 20% off, 25% off. It's a Black Friday special this weekend. 25% off your order with the code TUS and free delivery. These products are absolutely fantastic. They're incredible. Manscaped are superb. And you can get 25% off this weekend with the code TUS and free worldwide shipping. It's normally 20%. You can get an extra 25%. So check it out. Big shout out to Manscaped. Absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And as you can see, I'm clean shaven there. I'm not doing the whole face. I hate being clean shaven now. It reminds me of my police days where you had to be clean shaven. And I'm not talking about, you know, the feds. I'm talking about when I used to be in the police with Sting. Every breath you take, make sure you're clean shaven. Anyway, trim the grass to make the yard look bigger with Manscaped. Check them out. Right, few questions coming in from you lot. Hi, Mark. I'm hoping Man United get the win today, says Gary. Yeah, they do get better than that. Pleased Mainoo's playing today. Love the channel, Mark. Thanks for all you do. Keep up the amazing work, says Jamie. Thank you very much. You can do super chats through the $ if you want to. Please do subscribe to the channel. Thanks to all our members. The members are the people with their badges next to their name. We need a tutorial, says Just Kevin, one of our members. Tina G's a member, says an afternoon to everyone. Michael's a member, trim the grass and all that. Also, let's have a look what people are saying about the team news. Partip, who's a member, says Unai Emery is doing what we all expected Ten Hag to do. Doing very, very well, aren't they, Aston Villa, at the moment? We play them on Boxing Day. Yeah, lots of people excited about Mainoo, which is great. Do you think we can go for the title this season, says Devon? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That's just not going to happen. I don't know why people would even think that would happen. Let's get that stats carousel rolling around for you. Team news for Manchester United, as we know, Onana in goal, Dalot, Luke Shaw, Harry Maguire, Victor Lindelof, McTominay, Mainoo and Bruno. I'm really interested to see where Mainoo's going to play. Front three, Garnacho, Rashford, Martial. It's good enough to beat Everton. It should be beating Everton. We have to beat Everton. The bench today is a little bit interesting. Wan-Bissaka is on the bench. Not too sure why Wan-Bissaka's on the bench. Is he carrying another knock? I don't know. Not actually that logical to me why you would do that, but we're doing that. Varane's on the bench as well. You've got Beinda, Varane, Reguilon, Wan-Bissaka, Amrabat, Hannibal, Pellistri, Van der Beek and Hugel. So no Højlund, not in the team, not on the bench, not quite ready. No Anthony, it's a minor muscle injury. Apparently it's nothing major, but he is not available either. So the bench isn't as strong as it probably could be. Having said that, I think the first team is stronger than Everton and we have got to go out there and win this game today. I don't care whether it's comfortable, just go out there, win the game and, you know, start this run of very, very difficult games with a positive. That is what we ask for, isn't it? Everton don't score many goals. I think that's fair to say. We don't score many goals. In fact, I'll show you something now which is a little bit disturbing, something that we need to improve on. So good to see Luke Shaw back in the team. So good to see Luke Shaw back in the team, isn't it? But this is something that we desperately sort of embarrass ourselves with, really. Look at the goal difference of Manchester United. We're the only team in the top 10 with a minus goal difference. That's embarrassing. And we've got to start improving that. Whether we can improve that today or not, I don't know. Luke Shaw back in the team, I think, will be massive. So underrated. Could have played left centre-back today. He'll be playing at left-back, of course. But I think the big interesting thing for me is I think Rashford will play off the right and Garnacho will play off the left. I expect to see that happen. They'll probably interchange a little bit, but I do expect to see that. But what I'm really intrigued about is what we're going to do in the midfield. We saw Newcastle yesterday playing with a 17-year-old in the midfield, and we're playing with an 18-year-old today. Why not? Will he play as a holding midfielder? or McTominay play as the holding midfielder, because McTominay's played a little bit more advanced in recent weeks. Bruno can't hold the midfield, so how is he going to construct that midfield three? There is a natural thought that Bruno will play as the advanced midfielder, but we've seen McTominay play that role in recent weeks. So who will be the deepest midfielder is going to be interesting. And if it's Mainoo, then I think that opens up a world of possibilities, because if we're going to use Mainoo as a 6, exciting times. It's time to buy Aman from Malaysia, can replace Anthony, says Sarip. Ashley Young assists to James Garner for the winner, says Ryan. I think we've got to get at Ashley Young. Saw him at Anfield a few weeks ago when he got sent off. I thought he was a bag of shit. I think we've really got to get at him. Really got to get at him. James says, I think Mainoo will be the holding midfielder. And Joe Hugel on the bench as well, says Phil. I don't think we'll see a lot of Joe Hugel, if I'm being honest. But I think that's just a lack of depth, isn't it? You know, you get an injury to... This is why people want a striker. You get an injury to Højlund or Martial, and that's what you end up with on the bench. So yeah, I don't think it's in the plan to get Joe Hugel involved from Ten Hag's point of view today. But that's where we are with it. And of course, it's the start of a big week for Manchester United. We've got Galatasaray away on Wednesday, huge game. And then we've got Newcastle on Saturday night, huge game. This is why today it's so winnable. Well, I don't know whether... Well, it is winnable. But this is why today is such a big game. Because Everton, with all due respect, are the easiest of our 3 away games this week. And people talk about the atmosphere. And of course it's going to be atmospheric, but that's not something... It's how the Everton players respond to that matters. Man United should better win today, says me. Look, I'm not here to talk about the ramifications of what happens if we win, what happens if we don't win. I think if we win, you'll get fans talking about top 4. If we don't win, you'll get fans talking about Ten Hag. Welcome to Manchester United. That's the extreme of what happens, isn't it? Why did you remove the Ten Hag book from the shelf, says Sanjiv. I think I put a ball there. I'm reading the book at the moment. I think it's in the bathroom, Sanjiv. Very observant of you. We're in Merseyside, aren't we, says Demi. Bruno playing in a good position, says Jabir. And do we think Rashford's going to bounce back today? Well, I hope so. I hope so. Luke, I've got Harry Maguire in my fantasy Premier League team. This I would never do. I would never do this. And don't worry, Seb's not got the login. I put Harry Maguire in this fantasy Premier League team today because I fancy us to get a clean sheet and maybe even a Harry Maguire goal as well. I think he always... Look, you can count the amount of Harry Maguire brilliant performances for Man United on your hand, but 2 of them were definitely against Everton. And 2 of them were at Goodison Park. So I'm ahead of the game here. I think Maguire at Goodison tends to play well. I'm going, he's in my FPL. Luke Shaw being back has made me more happy than I was in my last relationship, which was 5 years long, says Evan. And 66 Gaming has joined the members club. Keep an eye on Branthwaite for Everton as well. He's a player that we've been linked with. Calvert-Lewin's always a threat, but I look at that Everton side. I look at that midfield of Decore, Garner and Gaya. It's just very workmanlike. I look at their wingers, McNeil and Harrison. They're very workmanlike. They'll work hard, Everton. They'll work hard. But, I mean, look, you go through that Everton team. Tell me why we shouldn't be winning this game. If we lose this game, we lose it on effort. Jordan Pickford, Ashley Young, Tarkowski, Branthwaite, Mikalenko, Harrison, Garner, Gay, McNeil, Decore, Calvert-Lewin. I mean, that's not a team that makes you go, oh, I'm terrified. And they don't really have anything on the bench either. So, look, this is a game we've got to go and win. We've got to go and win this game. We've got to go and win this game. Get your comments in. Joe says, so excited to see Shaw back in the team. I think a lot of people underestimate how important he is to the team. Come on, United, says Joe. And of course, if we win today, we would go up to 6th place above Newcastle before we play them next week. So be good to be in that position, wouldn't it? Everton, in relation to the league table, I'm not going to wind them up anymore. They are down at the bottom and they're 5 points adrift at the moment from safety. So they were in a good position, not so much now. yeah, the quality of United's got to come through here. Let's hope there's no bad VAR stuff going on as well. Excited to see Mainoo, says Tom, who's been a member for 48 months. Thanks, Tom. And must-win game today, moving into a busy run of fixtures, says Footy King. You know what I found out today? I was looking at the volume of fixtures that United have got in December. And then I looked at January. Oh, I think we've only got 2 Premier League games in January. And January's quite a big month. And I was like, what's going on there? Well, there is an international break. And there's not an international break. There's a winter break. Everyone gets a weekend off in January. So Man United have got a weekend off in January. Every Premier League club gets a weekend off in January. So it didn't happen last year because of the World Cup. But it's back again. Hi, Mark. Rashford to score today. He had a good time yesterday, says Rashif. And if we get destroyed, I'm Ten Hag out. But then again, I'm also every player out, says Chris. Okay. Nailing his flag to the mast very early. These banner pictures from the Everton fans are there. They're not happy with their points deduction. They're all holding them up. There's the atmosphere for you. They're not holding up red because of Manchester United. They're holding up red in protest against the Premier League and the 10-point deduction. It's going to be very interesting to see how Everton react to this. I mean, look, at the end of the day, every fan's got a right to protest. I don't have a problem with that. G's a new member. Thank you very much. Yeah, please do subscribe to the channel, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner. We're closing in on 776,000. So bottom right-hand corner to subscribe. Thanks, everyone, for getting involved on the United Stand. You're all massively welcome, of course. Big game for Man United, big week. We're live every morning at 10 o'clock, live every night at 8 o'clock, all the watch-alongs, everything. It's looking like a tasty game, says Kicking It with the Cade. Yeah, I hope that it delivers. My prediction was 1-0 to United because I think that neither of these teams score many goals. But then you predict that and it ends up being 4-0, which is absolutely fine. I'm more than happy if we can do that. But we will see how it pans out. Two minutes to kick off. Get your score predictions in. Let us know where you're watching from as well. Very welcome. McTominay and Mainoo in the midfield. The interesting thing for me is who is going to play as the holding midfielder. For the progression of Man United, I hope it's going to be Mainoo. Although we need a 6 and an 8, I don't really care as long as he plays well. And I would say that. I mean, Donny van der Beek's on the bench. Mainoo's in the team. I think for the future of Man United, it's more beneficial to pick Mainoo. And 18 years of age, Garnacho's under 20 as well. This needs to be spoken about as well. We've got 2 players under the age of 20 playing in an away game against Everton. Garnacho, the progression of him over the last 12 months has been fantastic. Sean Dyche is watching there. Oh, Goodison Park doesn't come with it's not parental guidance, Goldbridge. You put kids on the team and they're going to get hurt. I've got no responsibility for that. This is an over 21 game. It's R-rated. Ghana versus Mainoo. Let's see if Ten Hag made the right decision, says Lake on the Moon. And super chat here. I really hope Luke Shaw kick on because he could be so crucial to our season, says Robert. And if the plan ends up being to renovate Old Trafford, we should play at the Etihad. That way it might be full, says Rich. Ten Hag in the stands, of course. That's not a surprise. That's because of a ban. And we're about to start the game here. United are back. United are ready to go. And let's get these 3 points today. Let's start off this festive Finanza with a win. And it looks like Mainoo's playing deep, as deepest of all, which is good to start off with. And he gets up and wins a header there against Decore. Everton will want to start this game very frenetically And you can see that they're pressing already. Love what you do. See you in December for the show, says Heart of United. Yeah, looking forward to it. Looking forward to it. So a fast and frenetic start here from Everton. Rashford's playing on the right. Mainoo playing as the holding midfielder. 66 Gaming has just gifted a membership. Thank you, mates. And please do subscribe to the channel, bottom right-hand corner. I'd fancy United to get I wouldn't fancy there being many goals in this game. Famous last words, but I think it will be quite tight. Decore playing off Calvert-Lewin in a front two is an interesting thing, isn't it? Martial playing up front. We've not even spoken about him. Nice ball out wide here to Rashford. I like Rashford on the right. I think he's got to like being on the right himself. McTominay into the box. No, never a penalty that. Although he stayed down, there might be a review there. McTominay has stayed down in injury. To me, that looked like it was a shoulder barge, but he stayed down clutching something. There might be something to review there. Keep an eye on that. Dan T says penalty. He might have seen something I didn't. Looked like it was a shoulder barge, but then McTominay stayed down clutching his leg. Gems has gifted a membership as well. Thank you very much. I don't know whether McTominay's got up yet. Yes, he has. Lionel says he's diving and faking injury. He's not normally the sort of player to do that. Lovely turn by Kobe Mainoo there. Hey, Mark, watching from Toronto, Canada, as usual. Hoping to see a great game. As always, Glazers out, says Isaiah. Here's Rashford on the right-hand side. United have started off quite confidently. Delo with the cross. Garnacho! Oh! What a goal! What a goal! It's probably goal of the season. Absolutely fantastic. What a bloody goal. That's an overhead kick. That's better than Rooney. That's better than bloody Rooney. That's absolutely fantastic. My Christ. What a bloody goal by Garnacho. Starboy. Bloody NASA need to get hold of him. He's more than a star. He's a bloody planet. He's from outer space. What a goal! Was this as good as it looked in real time? My God! That's absolutely fantastic! Absolutely fantastic! Show it me again. He's doing that. What a goal! Is this as good as I think it was in real life? What a goal! Rashford, Delo overlap. Cross comes in. Oh my God! That is absolutely magnificent. That's better than Rooney. That's better than Rooney against City. He connects with this from further out. He doesn't shin it either. Oh, my God. What a goal. Just keep showing it. Keep showing it. That's in the top corner as well. Oh, what a goal. What a goal. That is magnificent. He's got a smile on his face. What a goal. What a goal. That's just... Oh, wow. You know what? Anybody who wants to be negative about Man United, shut up. That's why we love this game. Everybody's going to be talking about that. That's goal of the season. Oh, my God. I can't tell you how happy I am about that. We don't score goals like that. We don't score goals, but we don't score goals like that. Absolutely fantastic. What a goal. That, and I tell you what a way to shut up Everton. That, you know, every Everton fan will be going, what a goal. That is just, all you're going to see me is saying, what a goal. What a goal. I can't speak. That is a pleasure. That is a pleasure. You know what I love about life and I love about football is when you get those moments where you know you've just witnessed something you're going to talk about for years. Years and years and years. Absolute cracking goal. And the team will be so confident because of that. Oh, what a goal. What a goal. Oh, it's just so good. It's so good. Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. What a goal. What a goal. Love it. It's just brilliant, isn't it, though? It's the technique and the power. You know, when he tried to do it, I was like, what's he doing? Oh, it's so good. It's so good. So good. And it couldn't happen to a better player as well, because I've said this before about Garnacho. He is not even 20 yet, and his ceiling is higher than Anthony. It's higher than Rashford. As an attacker, he's got the... And the thing is as well, it reminds me of Beckham. You know that goal that Beckham scored against Wimbledon? And you think, oh, when he retires and does a documentary, he's got a goal, hasn't he, when he was young? And that feels a little bit like with Garnacho. There's all this pressure and there's all this expectation around Garnacho, but that goal there is almost his Beckham against Wimbledon goal, isn't it? That's the goal where you go, that's the moment. I mean, he scored some good goals for us, but he's now got that before he's 20 where you just go, bang, have it. Goosebumps, absolutely. Yeah, I'm not going to shut up, am I? Yeah, I mean, I think Garnacho's ceiling is just so high. And you speak to people who train with him and know him, and his work ethic is ridiculous. But he's got a higher ceiling. He's probably the most naturally talented player in the squad, potential-wise, and a fantastic player. And what a goal. I mean, what a goal. When the cross came in, I thought, yeah, you can try it a second later. I fell off my chair, says Werner. I didn't think he was going to connect. I thought, when he tried it, I thought it was one of those where the crowd are going to laugh at him. And, yeah. I'm so upset I can't watch it live, but your reaction alone gave me chills, says Jace. Yeah, it was a moment. It was certainly a moment. I've just put my reaction out on the... I've just retweeted it off United Stand. But yeah, that's a great start for Manchester United. And Mainoo's having a good start. Filthy, says Nathan. Mainoo's having a great start. I mean, goals like that, they don't happen very often. And it gives Manchester United... I mean, like Taz says, I'm just stunned. Goals like that don't happen very often. And when they do happen, it just gives you that... It gives you that confidence as a team, doesn't it? You know, you start a game under pressure. Here it is again. Look at it. Look at it. Delo with the assist, by the way. Oh, it's just so good. It's so good because he's... With an overhead kick, the ball's going away from you, obviously. So to get that power on it as well, it's so powerful. So powerful. It's so light Rooney as well, isn't it? Dale says, I feel like Nachos. Garnacho should be our number 7. Shout out to Mainoo, who began the move with an intelligent turn, says Ash. And Ryan Taylor, thanks for being a member for 30 months. Well, Everton, hopefully, will be shell-shocked. Cock is still hyperventilating. I think I'm only just coming down. And I'll tell you what, I'll be watching that for a very long time. Technique-wise, it's better than Rooney's. Everton are in down the right-hand side here. Calvert-Lewin. Good save by Onana. There's Moments FC and then there's Worldy FC. Let's build on this and not get away. Disappointed, says Jim Jones. Mark, what do we expect from a player that looks up to Ronaldo? He deserved the number 7 shirt, says Vince. Well, he's the true number 7 at the moment, isn't he? He might not have the number. Onana playing the ball to Mainoo as number 6 is poor. Avoiding him at every time, says Slippy Steve. He's not playing the ball to him. He's enjoying himself, Mainoo. He's been very, very, very confident on the ball. I mean, we're all lost in that moment of Garnacho scoring, but Mainoo has been very impressive in the first few minutes here. I need some water. Bloody hell. Thomas says, what we just witnessed was a Puskas. Ten Hag looks like a Peaky Blinder, says Moira. Well, Everton fans have got their... They've got their 10-point things up for the 10th minute, but I I think they need to focus on what's going on here. Giving Mount the number 7 was a mistake. Should have been given to Garnacho, says it's CJR. Oh, Onana's just passed the ball to Mainoo there. Maguire's diagonal into Luke Shaw, and Garnacho wins it back. Martial. Some nice football from Man United. Here's Bruno. Crossed it in. Branthwaite's there. Everton just haven't settled yet. Oh, Maguire. Why does... You've noticed that with Maguire all the time. Whenever a striker has it into feet, he's always looking for the foul. Garnacho's cementing himself in the first team, says Aidan. Well, I want this to happen. And I think goals like that make it happen. Garnacho has had his breakout season. So this has to be the season where he starts games all the time. Wesley says, I've been impatiently waiting for Mainoo's return. He's got something very special. Oh, I tell you what. We love this game, don't we? And we've just seen, we just witnessed greatness there. Villa versus Spurs to Garnacho. The Premier League is back, says Ian. Fully expect VAR to rule it out on Thursday, says Way. I tell you what, here's Rashford. He's done well there, Rashford. Cross to the back post. I tell you what, there was a brief second, and I'm sure we all had it. I saw someone in the chat say offside. If that goal had been ruled out for VAR, I think I would have quit football. Even if it had been offside, I would have quit football. I would have said, you cannot rule a goal like that out. You just can't. I wish Onana would stop trying to slow the tempo down. Keep the foot down. Let's go, says Sean. And Brian McDonough, thank you very much. Welcome to the Members Club. United with a corner here. Remember, I've got Maguire in my fantasy Premier League team. Luke Shaw shoots over the bar. Mohammed says, where's this United been? Way too soon, Mohammed. Way too soon. Let's not... We've scored a great goal. There's a long way to go in relation to performance and ability. It's offside. Yeah, if they're giving that off... If it's offside, you can't get... I know, but... If it had been offside, you can't give it. But what I'm saying is, it would have been a crime to football if that goal had been ruled out. If I'd have been on VAR and someone had been offside, I would have said, forget it. We've got to give it. Everton having a bit of possession here. Of course, well, look, let's take our time with this, but Everton are traditionally not high goal scorers. Crosses into the box are absolutely fine. When you've got Maguire there, he heads it away again. Second time in a few seconds. And I think from Manchester United's point of view now, really, 1-0 up, I'd be quite happy to soak up at a bit of pressure and counter-attack. Oni says that Mainoo is so composed on the ball. Maguire wins another ball in the air there. I told you, Maguire against Everton at Goodison always has a good game. Oyston says, how's Mainoo playing? Good. I feel we haven't had a top talent coming through our academy in a very long time, says Sean Turner. But in these first 10 minutes, Mainoo looks like a proper player. Everything he does just looks effortless, says Sean. Well, and we need it in that area. Games are won and lost in the midfield, and I think the midfield for Man United is just our biggest, weakest area, isn't it? And when I saw that Onana was out for Everton today, I was like, well, that gives us an opportunity to get hold of the midfield. But I said it before the game, and Tic-a-Taca Ball says Garnacho and Mainoo in the team. Both under 20 years of age. Both from the youth setup. Rashford's from the youth setup. McTominay's from the youth setup. So, do you think Rashi's overall game is better on the right? Says King. I don't think Rashford wants to play on the right. I don't think he wants to be on the right. I think he wants to be on the left. But I sort of agree with John. I think he's more of a threat on the right. But I don't think Ten Hag wants to play a right footer on the left anyway. A right footer on the right. Amazing strike, but that's bettered. We haven't let Everton score, says Brian. Thank you very much, Brian. Con says that they've just described it on Sky as one of the best goals the Premiership has ever seen. It was a great goal. It was a great goal. Just got to be a little bit careful here. Everton are having quite a lot of the ball. Good interception there. Well, I mean, look, we are looking to transition quickly on the break, which is fine. Vincent wants people to give the ball to Mainoo. Get the second goal. Shaw's playing too high, says NX. Garnacho's just gone down injured here. Get the second goal and I'll feel relaxed. I think Kian's right. Rooney's meant more because it was in a Manchester derby, but Garnacho's is technically superior. Rooney's was great, but he did shin it a little bit. Massive week for Manchester United. What better way to start it than with a world-class goal? I'm at Goodison Park. I'm from Australia, says Dale. Well, if you're at Goodison Park and you witness that in real life, you've witnessed a moment that I don't think you'll forget. We certainly won't. United trying to pass out from the back here with Onana. Kicks it out. We've not quite got that going yet, have we? This ball-playing goalkeeper thing. Evening, Mark. I'm currently in quarantine from chickenpox. You and the team make it less boring and difficult. Keep up the good work, says Oasis. Well, good luck with your recovery. I had chickenpox when I was 15 and I nearly had to go into hospital with it. I know it can be a long road to recovery. $18 minutes gone. We're still thinking about that Garnacho goal, haven't we? And why wouldn't we? I mean, I almost want this game to finish 1-0, just so that's the winner. I did predict 1-0 as well. Oh, I just can't stop thinking about it. Everton having a bit of possession, though. We can't. Well, you know, you think a goal like that's going to give you the confidence to go and win the game, but United haven't really stepped it up since then. Didn't know we had a home crowd there. Protest was just them holding up red banners, says Kanye Films. Well, there is a danger when you score a goal like that so early that being away from home, you're like, job done. And it can inspire the opposition, if I'm being honest. And we've got to be very, very careful of that. I went downstairs to make a crumpet and tea after we were talking about them in the last game, and I missed one of the great United goals of all time, says Nick. Oh, Nick, wounder. I mean, we're not there, but you want to see it live, don't you? Started off well. Players think the game's done, says Ryan. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. You put it a lot better than me, Ryan. We're 1-0 up, but we've got to work for the win. There's still a long way to go. You certainly don't want to be inviting pressure. Positive, we've not conceded straight away, says Kate. Well, Everton this season, if you want a bit of positivity, Everton this season have only scored 14 goals in 13 games. So they're not renowned for scoring lots of goals, Everton. Lost at home to Luton as well. I'm just trying to find positivity facts here. Garnacho should be number 7, says Kyle. This is why Garnacho should have been number 7, says it's CGR. I'm so upset I can't watch it live, but you're actually... I've done that one, haven't I? Sorry, everything's going a bit mad here. Brian McDonough, welcome to members. I don't know what's going on with the live chat's just gone a bit silly here, sorry. It's gone all over the place. What the fucking hell's gone wrong here? Bear with me, bear with me. Garnacho's just gone down injured. There is a yellow card for Ashley Young. He likes to get sent off in big games. I hope to see Palestri today. Always dangerous when he plays. Love the content, Mark, says Cohen. I mean, Ashley Young here should have been booked already. That's a blatant yellow card, isn't it? It's just stupid. Cohen wants to see Palestri. I mean, the good thing is he's on a yellow card. Run at him even more. I'm telling you, Ashley Young is shit this season, by the way. I said it in the preview. I was taking a piss and missed it, says X. Mark, can you give Garnacho extra credit for doing the Sue, says Rowe. And I didn't see him do the Sue, to be honest with you. I was too interested in jumping around myself. Yeah, Ashley Young's shit this season. So get at him. Get at him. Some people are saying he should have got a red because it was done with intent. Puskas award for the boy now, says Hugh. Good covery pace by Luke Shaw there. So 22 minutes gone. United lead 1-0. It's been a bit scrappy since the goal, but the goal, I think, has just silenced everybody, really. Luke Davies, thank you very much for your super chat there. I mean, United haven't really done a lot else, but what more can you do when you've scored a worldie? It's been a bit of a possession battle, I would say, so far. We're doing all right. I think both defences have looked quite comfortable. The difference is just one of the greatest goals we've seen in a long, long time. I mean, what was the last great goal Man United actually scored? I mean, I'm sort of thinking... I'm trying to think. There's a question for you. I'm sure we scored one in Europe, didn't we? Tellez scored a good goal, didn't he? Against somebody. Bruno's at Burnley was good, yeah. So satisfying to have Luke Shaw back, says Joseph. Cavani's chip. Ronaldo against Spurs. Have I done that by Sean Turner? Thanks very much for your super chat, Sean. I feel like we haven't had a top talent come through our academy in a very long time. Oh, Mainoo, you did do that. Thanks, Sean, for that. If you want to do your super chats, by the way, do it through the $sign. We'll read those out. I mean, it's been a good start by Mainoo. McTominay with the foul there. There's a lot of people running around, but I don't think he's going to book anybody for it. Didn't look like a bad foul to me by McTominay. Luke Shaw was sorely missed. It's very clear how much he protects the centre-back, and it's amazing possession magnet going forward. I don't think McTominay even did anything wrong there. Michael, thank you very much. Certainly not a yellow card. Well done, Garnacho. Makes getting up at 3:15 in Australia worthwhile, says Daniel Lees. I mean, it's a foul. It's not anything more. I should have done that when Garnacho scored. But you're never going to be that... You're never going to be that composed, are you? You're never going to be that composed. Set pieces. They're just showing a graphic here that Everton have scored our third for set pieces scored this season. But as I said, I think with Maguire and McTominay in the team, and it wasn't even a good cross, we should be fine. Mikolenko shooting from a long way out there. Mark, we got a Ronaldo worldie and Garnacho worldie. 2 Sue celebrations. Fantastic, says Christine. Jay said the goal should have been ruled out because Garnacho was a high boot. Well, don't tell VAR. Well done, Delay, for keeping that in. Oh, no, he's not kept it in. How did you feel about Arsenal's game last night, says Ian? I thought it was a crap game, but I think that the win for Arsenal was fantastic. To win it late when you've not, you know, in a frustrating manner, that's how you stay in title races. I mean, whatever United do here, we're not in a title race. What's the point of Amrabat, says Eric? Well, he's clearly not ready, is he, in the opinion of the manager. Pickle says Rooney's was better. Oh! If you want a poll, if you want a poll, whose goal was better? Rooney, Garnacho. This is what we're here for. Get your vote in. I have the research. Bowley and Kroenke have their elite stadiums in US. That's why Ratcliffe is here. $1 billion stadium, but where will it be? Says Tyler Wilson. Okay, we're not sure what that's all about. %59 possession for Everton in the last 10 minutes. Martial's just gone down here. On the road to 2 million subs. Well done, Mark, says Paul. Yeah, please do subscribe, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner, you're very welcome. We're on the road to 776. Only 300 away. Bottom right-hand corner to subscribe. Get involved with the United Stand. We've obviously got player ratings for you in the second half. Mark every player out of 10, 6 being the average. I think Garnacho's going to get a man of the match, isn't he? Regardless, he could play shit for the rest of the game and he'll still get man of the match with that goal. There are certain things you can do in a football match that just make you man of the match no matter what happens, and that goal is certainly going to be. Yeah, I mean, if Garnacho doesn't get man of the match in this, I mean, look, don't tempt fate. Something could happen in this game, but. Excuse me. Garnacho's down the left-hand side here. Tackled, and Pickford will get it. Well in by Lindelof. That'll do. Back to the keeper. I think Travis is right. On occasion, Rooney's was better because it was a Manchester derby. Technique, it's Garnacho. The poll is working because I've had 10,000 votes. So it's definitely working. You might want to just come in and out. That's what she said. Go out of the stream or refresh it. What's the referee moaning about now? He's booked Decore. I don't know what's going on here. Referee. Oh, Scott McTominay. I think Decore is trying to say that McTominay should have been booked. And then he's booked Decore. That's good for us. He's probably right. McTominay should have had a booking, but if it gets one of their players booked instead, that's good. Dyche isn't happy with it. Why is he booking my players? Decore didn't do anything. It's McTominay. He's disgusting. He should be booking Scott McTominay, not Decore. He needs glasses. They don't even look like each other. They've got different shirts on. Favourite United player, says Jake. And Rooney's was nostalgic, says Jack. Good tackle by Mainoo. Good to see Luke Shaw going over and giving him a bit of reassurance. Plays with no fear, Mainoo, which is one of the great things you want to see. I don't like the single DM we're playing, says Christopher D. And Diego says, Oh, good header by, I think, Branthwaite straight at the keeper, though. Or was it Calvert-Lewin? I think it was Calvert-Lewin. I'm happy we're winning, but we play the most boring game, says Diego. This is worse than Van Gaal ball, says Diego. Yeah, Calvert-Lewin with the header straight at the keeper. Easy save. Well up by Martial, but it's a bit of an aimless kick from Onana. His distribution is a little bit off so far. A game with very few chances, really, isn't it? Still thinking about the Garnacho goal, aren't we? Oh, Calvert-Lewin. Good save. And a good save. And Mainoo off the line. Ooh, good save that by Onana. His distribution might not be where it needs to be yet, but his goal-saving skills are. I thought that was going to be 1-1. I really did think that was going to be 1-1. And they're in again. Idrissa Gueye thankfully thinks Garnacho's on his team and passes it to him. I'll love to see that back. The first save looked standard. I mean, this is poor defending from United, really. Yeah, it's a good save. Yeah, 2 good saves. And then Mainoo off the line. Great double save by Onana. Yeah, 2 good saves there. Quick off his feet. And then Mainoo was clearing it off the line. So a little bit of a let-off for Manchester United there. Does Rasmus have an injury? I love how entertaining the game is, says Bjorn. Yeah, he picked up an injury before the international break and just not quite ready. That's surely a foul on Rashford. And, oh my God, we're living on the edge here. Decore should have scored. I think it was a foul on Rashford, but the cross came in and this is a problem with United. This is a problem with United. Somebody said it before. I don't like the midfield in relation to the tracking back. And this is another case of not picking up the runners. I mean, Decore, it's not even the midfield. That's Maguire, isn't it? Look how quickly Decore finds the space there. And neither Lindelof or Maguire communicating to pick up that runner. You've got to be really careful there. Everton, big chances to equalise in the last few minutes. United need to switch on a bit. It feels a little bit to me like that goal is... I mean, it helps us because we're 1-0 up, but it's almost like we've got the... Reminds me a bit of Spurs against Wolves a few weeks ago where Spurs scored a really good goal really early on and then didn't do anything for the rest of the game and just invited pressure. And you can't invite pressure away from home for 80 minutes. We've played poorly, to be honest, says Hugh. We've got the lead and we just seem to... It stopped. It stopped the momentum. Dwight McNeil, good block by Mainoo again. Another corner. The game is too tight. Everton feel like they've had so much of the ball, says SK. We've had more possession, as you can see, but we've only had 1 shot on target, and it was that shot. Let me go. Come back. Come back. I want to look at that. 4 shots to our 1. Yeah, we're not doing enough as an attacking team at the moment. Corner to Everton. Keepers. Lindelof. Ashley Young gets it out wide. Managed to keep the lead for more than 5 minutes, says Luke. And thank you very much, Luke, for your super chat there. Mainoo's getting a lot of praise in the chat. Can't do it all on his own, though. Like he needs a bit of support in there. Last 5 minutes, look at that. Everton have had 5 shots, 3 on target. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Here's United on the break, though. Rashford's out on the left-hand side. Runs into trouble. Everton trying to pass out from the back here. Made a mistake. Rashford's got it. Oh, bad pass. That's a good ball. Calvert-Lewin. Maguire comes across well. Corey on Luke Shaw. He's on a yellow card. Send him off. He's on a yellow card. Send him off. Mainoo and Casemiro would be awesome, says JJ. That could have been a second yellow card. That's a second yellow. Send him off. I'm not joking. That's a second yellow, that is. That's a yellow card. In any other game, that's a yellow card, isn't it? You know I'm right. I feel like McTominay's been quiet. Bruno's been a bit quiet. Gonna hear Mainoo needs to start. He's your best player, says Logan. Yeah, he's winning a lot of friends, isn't he? Winning a lot of friends here, Mainoo. What's the best bicycle kick ever in your opinion, says Jack? I really liked the Gareth Bale one in the Champions League final. Thought that was good. Managed to keep the lead for more than 5 minutes, says Luke. Thank you very much. I've done that one. We're all caught up. Thanks for your super chats. Here is Mainoo on the attack. Such quick feet, Mainoo, as well. He's in space here. Cut back. I tell you what, Rashford's best involvements in this game are when he just does the simple pass. Simple pass into Mainoo. Simple pass into Delo for the cross. When he keeps it simple, he's more effective, but obviously he wants to be more than that. Aldo says, can our fullbacks stop just hoofing the ball into the middle for their players? McTominay, again, a ghost in the transition. Lindelof's also been weak, says Aldo. Zlatan's against England was... I mean, I don't know whether he... I bet if he tried that 100 times, he couldn't do it again, but it was great. Here's Rashford with a bit of space. Up against Mikolenko. Again, loses the ball. Calvert-Lewin up against Lindelof. That's gone out. Mainoo man of the match for me if we win, says Bill. Mainoo's tired, says G. Fletcher stat with Eric. What about Martial, Mark? I mean, it's not a graveyard shift, isn't it? Let's be honest, it is the graveyard shift. I tell you what, I like the look of that league table. I don't want to talk about it too soon, but I do like the look of that league table. 6th for United. I'd take that. Long way to go. How old's Mainoo? He's 18. I think he was 18 in April, so he's only 18 and a half. Oh, I tell you what, don't you just love having football back? Last Sunday, no fucking rubbish international break, get in a bin. 6 points off the top if we win. Yeah, I'm not talking about the top. Goal kick. That's not a message to everyone else, by the way. Don't be sending any letters in. I'm not sending you subliminal messages. I know what people will be like. They'll be like, I think I am related to him and he's just sending me a message. I'm not sending 44,000 people a message. I wasn't that busy in my youth. 39 minutes gone. Well, let's hope Everton have had their chances to equalise because they had about 2 minutes where they really did look like they were going to score. I'm just hoping that with Everton, it comes down to the fact that they can't score. Which is something we've had problems with, but we've had a worldie. Right, this cross is going to come in from Ashley Young. Oh, free fucking header for Calvert-Lewin. I tell you what, I'm not happy with the defending today. Too many opportunities. Calvert-Lewin should be being marked there, especially by Maguire, who's good in the air, or Lindelof, one of them. tell you what, my concern is a better team has probably scored 2 or 3 goals against us. You do this against Newcastle next week, we're going to be in trouble. We're fine at the moment, but oh, another chance for Everton. They're all over us at the moment. How have United climbed from 10th to 6th if they win, says Newham. 40 months strong. We aren't playing the best, but I really like how we are more than Hollywood passes and outside the box shots, says Matt. Look, I'm still living off that Garnacho goal, but if I'm being absolutely fair, Everton have been much the better side. It's been a world-class goal, and Everton have basically dominated us. So, you know, I'm all for winning when you're playing badly, but we ain't playing well here. We've seen one of the greatest goals we've seen in a United shirt in the Premier League era. And then take that away, we've had a really good individual performance from Mainoo. And that's about it. It's not been a good... Defensively, I think it's been really poor. Hi, Mark. I think Lindelof is crap, says LeBurn. Cashed out my bet, says Jack. Too stressed with this defence. We need Varane for Lindelof. Well, I was just looking at it there, and we've had 40 minutes of this game. United have had 1 shot on target, 2 shots altogether. Everton have had 4 on target, 10 shots. It should be 1-1. Like, Everton have had, well, it shouldn't be 1-1 because it's 1-0, but Everton have had chances to score. Is Ten Hag allowed into the dressing room at half-time, says MUFC. Yeah, he's not on a list. Oh, I know what you mean. You mean like, you know, because of this, I forgot for a minute. I thought he was talking about something else. He's, yeah, touchline ban. Yeah, I think he's allowed in the dressing room. I think. Lindelof all over the place. Maguire always covering, says Red Army. Yeah, that's Harry Maguire's brother, Red Army. Help, I'm stuck. Stepdaddy, says Rashford. Thank you very much. And apparently he's not allowed in the dressing room, says Tarek. Hurts watching us knowing that we are nowhere near a title race, says James. I mean, I don't care whether he's allowed or not. There's a bottom line here. There always is. And at the moment, this is no different to Burnley away, Sheffield United away, Fulham away. It's been a bit scrappy. But we're winning. Oh, that was lovely. Here's Luke Shaw into Lindelof. Bruno's in a bit of trouble here. Kick it out, Bruno. Just kick it out. That's right. He's done the right thing there. Alleviate the pressure. Can't play the game. I'll test you. Minute to go to half time. Would you make any changes at half time? No. No, I don't think we're in that scenario, really. I mean, I would start Varane because I think Varane's better. But other than that, this defence is going to concede goals over the next couple of weeks. It is very, very far from watertight. But what I will say is Decore and Ashley Young are on yellow cards. And if we can get another goal, I don't think Everton have got 2 in them, have they? I think they've got 2 in them if they equalise, but I think if we go 2-0, I'm not so sure Everton have got goals to come back. DJ says Lindelof's been poor. I think Maguire's been the better centre-back, but I still don't think... Well, Maguire does... I've got him in my FPL. I want the clean sheet. I want him to get the second goal as well. Here's Dwight McNeil. I think the fortunate thing for United so far this season is all the away games we've played have been against teams that struggled to score goals. Burnley, Sheffield United, Luton wasn't away. Fulham. Everton. At least Mainoo's been solid. I've been impressed with Mainoo, Diego. Dyche is getting angry. Hey, what's going on? Is this referee not booking Man United players? Just picking... Is his favourite colour red? I'm going to smack him in the mouth in a minute. And I'm going to bury him gravel. I know it's not the first time seeing this kind of performance, but do you think it's to do with the volume of games upcoming, not gassing out, says Mike? That's half-time. Well, I'm applauding the goal. I'm applauding the goal. I'm not necessarily applauding the performance from Manchester United, but I'm applauding that goal. It's the difference here. And it's the difference between... If that was 0-0, I think we'd be going absolutely mad. That performance by Man United is not actually that good. And it's very similar to what we've seen this season. Fortuitous, potentially. A moment of magic, certainly. But, as I've said many times before, I'll take it. I'll take it because we need to win. And we're not really a very good team away from home anyway. And we've not been a very good team this season. So, very happy to be 1-0 up at the moment. But look, what can't speak can't lie. If that goal by Garnacho, for me, is technically better than Rooney's. And, all right, the circumstances are different. Rooney did it in a Manchester derby. But that goal is absolutely sensational by Garnacho. Same old United paying the referees, says 58 go. That's where we are at half-time. We're 1-0 up because of a goal that... It doesn't matter who scores that. It could be Harvey Barnes. It could be Garnacho. It could be bloody... It doesn't matter. It's just an absolute worldie of a goal that anybody who sees that would have to be a right bitter bastard to not acknowledge it. It's brilliant. If I saw Haaland score that, I'd say it's a worldie. Like, it doesn't matter to me. There is no bias in that. It's just a great, great, great goal. And it's worthy of winning any game. And at the moment, it looks like it might win this game for Man United because we're not doing anything else. I don't even know what the second shot is. I mean, we've had 2 shots, 1 on target. We scored in the first 5 minutes. What are we doing for 40 minutes? It's a shockingly bad performance from Manchester United, being masked by a brilliant goal. We're back at Burnley again. We're back at Sheffield United again, relying on these moments of brilliance that then mask quite a pathetic performance as AK. Can't lie, if I was Everton, I'd be punching the ref at this point, says Joe. Well, look at that. I mean, 45% to 55%, you know, it's pretty equal on possession. You wouldn't expect Everton to be a possession-based side anyway. They've had 10 shots to 2. They've had 4 shots on target to 1. Everton have been wasteful. Man United haven't defended well. Man United haven't attacked well. The positives for me are Luke Shaw being back. I think Kobe Mainoo has probably played the most assertive out of anybody on the pitch. McTominay's been invisible. Martial's been invisible. Rashford and Garnacho aren't getting the ball enough. Bruno has been invisible. Our whole front 5 aren't in the game. Lindelof has been shaky. Maguire's been okay. Delot and Shaw have been okay. But we've got to improve. This is not going to work. We can't... said it in international break, and I've said it many times, and many of you have agreed with me. We're playing survival football at the moment, and maybe it'll work today. Maybe we do win today, but at some point, we're going to start playing teams where you can't play like this. Probably Newcastle on Saturday, probably Chelsea, certainly Liverpool, certainly Aston Villa. We can't play like this against those teams. They will kill us. And the thing is, we're giving up too many chances as well. It's not like you can say, well, you never know, we might beat Chelsea. If we give these chances to Newcastle, they'll beat us 3 or 4-0. Everton should probably be winning that game 2-1. They've had the chances across that half to keep scoring goals. So what do you do at half-time? I don't know. I don't know whether you can change it at half-time. I think what we've got to do at half-time is defend better and stop giving opportunities to Everton. We've got the win. We're 1-0 up. Keep the clean sheet is the most important thing. So defend better and then hope at some point we get a chance and take it. Because I think if we go 2-0 up, we'll win. We'll win the game. I can't see Everton coming back from 2-0. But we've got to protect our goal better. We've got a 1-0 lead here. We're not creating anything. I'm not going to say to the team, let's be more expansive. I'm actually going to say, let's be more compact. Let's stop giving the chances up. Why is Calvert-Lewin continually winning headers in the 6-yard box? Maguire, just you're good in the air. Stick with Calvert-Lewin. Don't let him attach himself to Lindelof because he keeps winning headers. Pick up the runners in midfield. I feel that the ref is against Everton a bit. What Deitch says in the changing room. Impression, please, says Hunt. That half just shows the golfing quality between Scott McTominay and Mainoo, says Billy. I just think I think that in relation to McTominay, he's just been invisible again. Rashford has been terrible, so bad. Sub him off. Palestri at least plays for the badge, says Tomo. What do you think of Mainoo, Amrabat and Fernandez as a midfield, says Kira. Look, I've been really impressed with Kobe Mainoo, and I want to focus on a positive here. When I look at a player, whether they're 18 or 28, I'm just looking at this Garnacho goal. We can talk about tactics and we can talk about things, but look at this. Oh, I mean, imagine what's going through your body when you score a goal like that. It's just so good. And where he puts it as well, it's not just the technique. He puts it in the one place that Pickford can't get it, because Pickford's not in a bad position. Pickford's actually in a starting position about a metre off his line, so he's got a lot of the goal covered. But it's the power and the trajectory and the position that just puts it in. Pickford's not in a bad position here at all. He's got the leap. It's just perfection, absolute perfection. They're just showing the Rooney one now. I mean, Rooney's way closer to goal. Rooney's almost 6-yard box when he does it. And Rooney shins it. Look, Rooney shins that. He doesn't hit it with his foot. Still in the top corner, though. Bigger occasion for Rooney, but the technique of Garnacho's is better. Two teams are the best players on the field, says Sidward. Well, look, in relation to Mainoo, as I was saying there before I was gladly interrupted by that goal by Garnacho being replayed again. When I look at a player, what I like in a player is confidence. What I like is balance. What I like is the ability to be mobile. And I think looking at Mainoo, look, we've given up a lot of chances today, so let's not pretend that Mainoo is the best CDM in the world and he's running the game. He's not going to do that at 18. But for his own performance in this game, I think that he's been a breath of fresh air. He's so composed on the ball. He's really quick. He's really athletic. He gets his head up. He sees opportunities. He reads the game well. And I think for 18 years of age, making his full Premier League debut away at Everton, who are a very physical side, I don't care if he plays 6 out of 10 or 7 out of 10. It's the start of something for Mainoo. I mean, you can talk about other players and say, you know, that's a shit performance. Why are you playing like that when you're in your mid-20s, late 20s? You know, you should be doing better. For a first 45 minutes in a game of this magnitude, I think that's very, very impressive. And what I like about Mainoo is his balance, his movement, his intelligence to get his head up and anticipate danger like he did when he cleared it off the line. But he did it also, he conceded a couple of corners as well. And at 18 years of age, it's like what I say about Garnacho on the wing. These kids, because that's what they are, what they are at 18, 19 is going to be completely different physically and ability-wise at 22. Garnacho's ceiling is massive. Like Rashford's 25. I think Anthony's 22. Sancho's 23 or 24. Garnacho's 19. In 1 year. Look at where he was a year ago to look at where he is now. Look at where he will be in a year. People forget this, that what level they're at now, if we keep playing them, they'll keep going up and up and up. And it's the same for Mainoo as well. This needs to be the start of something for Mainoo as well. Shockingly seeing Marcus Rashford pushed off the ball like a girl. Okay, Society, I'm not reading that. Michael, thank you very much for being a member for 19 months. This is 8 of Ollie's players, 8 plus 2 youth players. That's 450 million down the drain for what? And why is Ten Hag not accountable? Says Sakin. Get your super chats in through the $sign. Thank you very much for that, Sakin. How was the Christmas movie, Mark? And how are you? Says Darren. Family Man, Nicolas Cage. I'd recommend it to anyone. Really good. It's on ITVX. Kay says, thank you very much for your super chat. We need this win, says Mel G. Look, I'm not going to lie to you. If somebody said to me now, you play absolutely shit in the second half, Everton have loads of chances, but they don't finish, you win 1-0, shake my hand, thank you very much. All I care about is winning today. I think that's the most important thing. But, yeah, I don't think this performance has been any better than Luton, Fulham, Sheffield United, Brentford, Burnley. It's not been a good half from Manchester United. For me, it's been masked by a worldie by Garnacho and a decent performance by Mainoo. And I'd say what I said at the start of the end of the first half. If that Garnacho shot goes over the bar, what are we talking about? We're talking about that. It's 0-0 and Everton are doing that. We'd be fuming. So take the Garnacho goal out of it, just for a second, we'd be going absolutely mad about this, saying we're being dominated by Everton, more of the same. So, look, they do need a bit of a kick up the arse in the second half, really. Mainoo is absolutely taking his chance. He looks so composed for only his second game, and I love the show, says Andy Cheetham. Matthew Halliwell, thank you very much for being a member for 19 months. You're a legend. What's going on here? We're only 60 subscribers away from 776,000, by the way. Please do subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. Get involved with the United Stand. We're live every night at 8 o'clock, every morning at 10 o'clock. After this game, we've got My Match Reaction where we do the player ratings. We'll open the website up for that a little bit later. Mark every player out of 10, 6 being the average. Who would be my man of the match at the moment? Well, it's either Mainoo or it's Garnacho. It's just whether you want to give it to Garnacho for scoring one of the greatest goals he'll ever score, or whether you want to give it to Mainoo for playing really well in his first full debut. On that, whose goal was better poll, we've had 40,000 votes on this so far. I'm going to keep it over a little bit longer, but Garnacho has 68% and Rooney has 32%. Maybe a little bit of recency bias there, I don't know. Mainoo will be the player Pogba was meant to be. Says, look, there's a lot of excitement around Mainoo. Let's just keep it on the down low, though, because you never know. You never know. Look, we've had players in the past that we thought that were going to be generational talents. It didn't go right. We've had injuries to other players as well. I'm looking forward to Shaw and Rasmus. Also, red card early second half, says Lee. Look, keep your eye on that. Ashley Young, Decore. Referee doesn't seem to be booking us. Seems to be quite onto them. Who's going to finish higher, Spurs or Villa, says Ben? I don't really know. Don't really know, mate. But good game. I enjoyed that today. What do I make of Rashford, Abu? Purposely avoided it, but I don't sit on the fence. What I've noticed about Rashford is that when he's on the right-hand side, I think that when he keeps it simple, it seems to work quite well. And I'm talking about when he holds the ball and the right back overlaps. We saw him do it with Wan-Bissaka before the international break, and he did it with Delo there. When Rashford's on the right wing, keeping it simple, it seems to work quite well. But if Rashford's keeping it simple, why are we paying 350 grand a week to a winger that just keeps it simple? We pay Rashford the money for the goals and, you know, the ability. So, and I don't think Rashford's happy just keeping it simple on the right-hand side. So, look, I mean, what's the difference between Rashford and Garnacho? Garnacho's just scored a worldie, Rashford hasn't. So I'm not too critical in relation to Rashford, but I don't think he's happy on the right wing. I quite like him on the right wing, but I don't think he's completely happy there. United seem to be considerably better than Everton with their overhead kicks, says Mike. Yeah, we should have an overhead kick competition. That's how we get 3 points. Looking forward to Shaw and Rasmus, says Lee. Mainoo with the player Pogba was meant to be. Vole, welcome to the Members Club. Rashford is so bad, says Sebastian. It's ridiculous. Ship him out. I've watched this overhyped pattern for years now. Lee says, I don't think anybody deserves higher than a 4 in player ratings. Defence has been crap. And Matthew Halliwell's been a member for 19 months. Thank you very much. Yeah, well, look, I'm very, very happy that we're winning. Would love us to get over the line here. I think the big positives are that Everton don't look like they can hit the ocean from a boat. And also they look a little bit ill-disciplined. I'm confident if we get the next goal, we'll win the game. But on the other hand, apart from Garnacho's goal, we've done next to nothing. So we've got to try and score the second goal, because I think Everton will continue to create chances. We don't have a hell of a lot on our bench either to change the game. So yeah, I think we've got to remember as well, Everton are in the bottom 3. Even with the 10-point deduction, they're still down near the bottom. It's not a great Everton side, is it, when you look at it? I mean, that's not a side that fills you with fear. And Onana's missing for them, who's a big player for them. Rashford's been really bad all season from the left, says Connor. Thank you very much, Connor. Can I just draw your attention to this massive, amazing deal we've got for you as well? Manscaped is a regular sponsor of the United Stand. Trim the grass to make the yard look bigger. Basically, they've got razor electric... the lawnmower is what it's called for down there. They've also got the handyman for clean shaven, and they've got the beard trimmer. They've got the weed whacker for up your nose. It's basically precision engineering for your family jewels and your face. Fantastic products. You can get 25% off. It's normally 20% off, but it's Black Friday weekend. So for this weekend only, 25% off and free worldwide shipping with the code TUS. You can scan the QR code with the camera phone, or you can go through the link in the video description. They really are fantastic products at Manscaped, and you can get a fantastic discount this weekend only with Manscaped. So make sure you take a note of that, or click the link in the description now and get it done. Big shout out to Manscaped for sponsoring the show. 25% off and free worldwide shipping. They're brilliant products as well. Trim Rashford out the squad, says Astro. Yeah, it doesn't do that. Got accepted for an audition. Yay, says Club 1878. When can we expect to hear back about time, topic, etc.? Keen to get all prepped before the show. Buy tickets all as well, says Club 1878. We'll be sorting that out this week, mate. How long until Madrid come for United? Garnacho, says D92. Wow. It's the circle of life, isn't it? When you've got a world-class player. You know, we lost Ronaldo and we just won the league and the Champions League. So we don't win league titles and we don't win Champions Leagues at the moment. So what hope have we got of keeping older players like that? I think Garnacho definitely will sign for Real Madrid in 3 or 4 years. Yes. It's just, yeah, you can't, but that, you know, he's here now. Who would buy Rashford, says Shane? Well, he's not for sale for a start. Here's Mainoo again. Look, quick feet, nicely back into Lindelof. Just shows how important Martinez was to Ten Hag's team. Strikers win you games, defenders win you titles, says Taraz. And can we use the Manscaped on the sack, says Double D. There's Bruno. McTominay, wild over the bar. Could have done with that going in, another world class. Garnacho's hurt his hand here, which I can vouch for is very painful. I think he actually wasn't fouled. He just slipped. That's the first time a forward has put the ball in the back of the net in the league since Rashi against Arsenal on September the 3rd, says Colin. Yeah, he trod on his hand. Ooh. It was accidental, but he trod on his hand. He's up now. Got to be a bit careful of this long ball. Lovely play by Mainoo there. Look at that composure to slip it through the legs. And then Luke Shaw's gone through the legs as well. Martial loses it. Yeah, we've got to be a bit careful about this transition from Everton when they're looking to get the ball into the channels, because Calvert-Lewin's quicker than Lindelof and Maguire. We need the second goal here. I'm hoping the second half, the momentum might just change in the first 5 minutes. I think Bruno should have looked at that ball for Rashford there. He made the run. He's put his hand up and acknowledged it. Martial's awful, said someone in the chat there. It's not like we've got any other option, though. There is no Rasmus on the bench today. It's Joe Hugel on there. Mainoo again. Composure into Maguire. He's got a bit of space to run into. That's good. Into Rashford. McTominay. It's a very composed performance from Mainoo. I mean, he's dropping into the middle of the centre-backs. He reminds me of somebody. Makaleli, that's it. Yeah, it reminds me of Makaleli. He's got that sort of authority, the way he drops into the play. Very intelligent on the ball. Keeps it nice and simple. That's it. He's the new Makaleli. That'll do. I'll take that. Midfield other than Mainoo's been poor. Rashford, totally agree. We aren't paying him for simple passes. Goals and assists required, says Nasha. Bruno's been anonymous. Michael Essien, that'll do as well. Gabriel, yeah. Well, Essien was very similar to Makaleli anyway. Makaleli might be a little bit before many of yours time. He has got, you know what? Very good point. A few people have mentioned Modric. He has got a little bit of Modric about him. His composure on the ball. It's not a bad combination to have, is it? He's basically... what we've done with Mainoo is we've basically fused Michael Essien with Casemiro, with Modric, a bit of Paul Pogba in there as well. Yeah, he's basically the most complete midfielder that's ever played the game. We've decided this after 45 minutes. We are joking, by the way, Marvin. He's saying, what are these comparisons? Well, he's the best player in this team at the moment. It's been a better first 5 minutes here. We've not actually allowed Everton to get near our box, which is good. Yeah, I tell you what, the Everton fans are getting really aggy. They really feel that the ref isn't giving them anything. We have got to get into another gear and put this game to bed, says Brian. Second goal is so crucial. Rashford should have passed that to Maguire. Why did he not pass that to Maguire there? Well done, Lindelof. Maguire's a centre-back running down the right wing, and Rashford refused the pass. Here we go. A bit of space here. Martial. Bruno. It's got to be worth a shot. It's got to be worth a shot. It's going to book Martial. John says, what came first, chicken or the egg? Says John. I don't see how he can dive here. I don't see how Martial can dive here. I'll have a look. I just don't see how Martial can dive. That's a penalty. And he's got to send Ashley Young off. That's a penalty. That is a stone wall penalty. How has he dived there? That is a penalty. That is not a dive. They're going to have to review that. He's got to go. He's outside the box, isn't he? I don't know. They're checking it anyway. I think you're gone. I think you're gone. That's a penalty and a second yellow card. He's got to go as well. Stonewall penalty, this. And it's in the box, 100%. That's a penalty. It's a penalty. It's a second yellow card. Yes. Off to VAR he goes. You're off. Ashley Young, get the showers on. Get the showers on. Get the Radox. This is a penalty. I said that, didn't I? I said there's absolutely no way that could be a dive. If I've played the game, it's never a dive. Never a dive. Yeah, that's a penalty. 100%. 100%. There's absolutely no doubt. And look, we've been very lucky here. We've not played well, but penalties are penalties and decisions are decisions. And that is absolutely a penalty. I mean, he's looking straight at it, the referee, as well. 100%. Clear penalty. Why are we taking so long on this? Oh, Stonewall. Stonewall. Yeah, you're off. Penalty. Send him off. Yeah, Ashley Young's going to get sent off as well. See you later. Send him off. Send him off. He's been dirty all game, says I. So, yeah. I told you Ashley Young's crap. I said it in the preview. He's crap. Has he sent him off? He's moaning about it. He should be off. What rule's this? It's a second yellow card, mate. Rashford's taking the penalty. Well, this is a good idea. It's a good idea. It should be a... No, it's not a straight red. It's a second yellow. He's on a yellow card. He's not giving it him. Absolute joke. They make these rules up as they go along. Oh, a penalty's enough. Well, this is going to be a moment for Rashford. He's not scored in a while. I agree with him taking the penalty. Get a bit of confidence. I don't see Everton coming back from 2. And Rashford scores to make it 2-0 to United. We'll take that. He'd be very happy with that. He'd be very, very happy with that. 2-0. You happy?
Yeah, I saw that goal.
Yeah, it was a good penalty, wasn't it?
Yeah. The first one was good.
What first one?
That first.
Oh, the first goal was a worldie. A good day for you then, you blooming United winning and Villa winning. This Villa nonsense. Good penalty, look. Straight into the top. Bins. Yeah.
No way. He could save that.
No, you don't save those. If you go high, keeper can't get it. Yeah, he's hit it high as well.
That hit the post. Crossbar.
Can't believe the ref wasn't going to give a penalty. It's such an obvious foul, isn't it?
Yeah, that.
Can't believe it. He needs glasses, that ref. Such a obvious foul.
That's Marcus Rashford, isn't it?
No, that's Anthony Martial.
Yeah.
Rashford scored the penalty.
Yeah. Yeah, he has kind of like yellow on the top of his hair.
I think he's had a new haircut, yeah.
Yeah.
Well then, close that door. Because I don't want to be hearing you hearing swearing. Oh, good save by Onana. I was just about to say then, looking good for United. I've got to eat my own words here. 2-0. 2-0 to United against Everton should be enough. But Onana's just made a great save there. Well, we've got a really good cushion now, haven't we? got a really good cushion. It's not been vintage United, but 2 moments really. An absolute worldie by Garnacho. And then a nice little bit of play on the break led to a penalty. And you're 2-0 up. And we'll take that. It's this survival football from United again, isn't it? Now we're breaking again here. Oh, terrible pass by Rashford, though. We could have been breaking there. Yeah, Onana's had I tell you what, Onana's had a good game as well. If you think about it, in this first hour, Onana's made some good saves. Hope you give Seb a couple of super chats for the streams he pops up in, says John. And are Spurs games the most entertaining to watch, says Lee. Why do you keep asking us about Spurs? No one cares. You lost. You've lost 3 in a row. What pool does Seb want? Onana is getting good, says Bjorn. And yeah, I think give credit to Onana. He's made some big saves in this game. I mean, the interesting thing is that I was looking at that as it went by, and I'll show you again. 2-0 to Manchester United, 2 shots on target. Clinical. If there's one thing that we've kept since the Ollie days, it is clinical. Harry says, don't start Eric Ten Hag, sit down haters, please. You know we're crap. 36 years, been a supporter. I know what I see. Yeah, but mate, I said this morning. What is it I don't understand the United fan that's miserable when we score goals. I don't understand it. Like, you should always want Man United to win, in my opinion. I don't get the negativity of, oh no, look at it. If we're not very good, then we're going to lose some games at some point. But I don't think we're going to get away playing like this against Newcastle. I don't think we'll get away with it against Chelsea. But I'm hoping that with all the games we keep winning and all the clean sheets we keep getting, that we're going to, at some point, start to play better football. Because there's no doubt about it. We've been a little bit, not necessarily fortunate, but Everton have been the better side, I think. But we're winning 2-0. You've got to take your chances. Ronald says, how is Young not gone? Well, look, I don't think Everton will come back into this. But if they do, that's why I've tweeted it. So I've got the receipt. He should have got a second yellow card for that penalty. Liked Delow reaction to Rashford scoring, encouraging him to celebrate, says Hugh. Why didn't he? I didn't even notice he didn't celebrate. Do you think Sir Jim will get a good reception at Old Trafford, says Daly? I don't know. And score is flattering us, but good to see we're taking the few chances that we get, says SW. Double jeopardy, I think, only works when it's a straight red. I think you can be booked. Well, apologies for loving Manchester United winning games of football. I'm a realist. I know we've not played well again. I don't think there's a hell of a lot of difference between Fulham and Sheffield United and Luton. We've scored 2 goals after an hour, I suppose. As an attacking team, I don't think we've played very well at all. And I don't think we've necessarily played that well defensively either. But we're 2-0 up. It's just that such wins are papering the cracks, says Nitin. Well, they are papering the cracks, but that's only if the cracks appear. I sort of agree with you that the cracks will appear, but a lot of people said the cracks would appear today, and they haven't. It's still survival football, and I don't think you can play it forever, but I also don't think that 11 on my left is a team you can build with. It has to evolve. You've got to get Martinez back. You've got to get Casemiro back. You've got to get Wan-Bissaka back. But my hope is the more wins we get, the better we'll get. VAR can't give yellow cards now. Stop, please, says Flawless Football. All right, I'll stop. I'm winning 2-0 anyway. 2-0. Let's also appreciate Luke Shaw's performance after 2 months. He's always so reliable. Can't believe some folks wanted him gone, says Shahin. Thank you very much, Shahin. Well done, Mainoo. And again, Rashford's going to whip a cross in. 2-0 can be a dangerous scoreline, though. I think it's a good scoreline for us, but it can be a dangerous scoreline. I tell you what, if we get 3, our goal difference isn't negative anymore. What a finish from Garnacho, says Shay. God, your internet's slow. It was a bit of a strange reaction by Rashford. It was almost like an acknowledgement he's not been good, so what's to be happy about, says Nick. Well, I agree with him taking the penalty. Because, yeah, all right, it's a penalty, but it's still a goal. A goal's a goal, isn't it? And it just removes the drought. There's a lovely ball into Bruno here. He's got so much time. Another corner. I think Everton are losing their heads a little bit here as well. Definitely onside, Bruno there. Definitely onside. Chev says, why have you got 450 likes with 39,000 watching? We've got 6,500 likes, mate. Get to Specsavers. Here's Delo. Little dink. Back post, Garnacho. Oh, he went for another one. Too much time there. Rooney winner against City in the title challenge versus Garnacho. Sloppy win in a shite season. Rooney wins all day, Mark. You're wrong, says Dean. I've not voted, Dean. 50,000 people have voted Garnacho. You're wrong. All I'd say is, if Everton get 1 back, it will be a very, very intense finish. Good play by Delo. Yeah, this is good from United. Nice little link-up play, but then they lose it in a position you don't want to lose it in. Tarkowski. Harrison. Oh, I tell you what. Was that? I think that was Maguire. Brilliant bit of defending. How much would you sell Garnacho for, says it's Louis. Well, I'm not. No, it wasn't a good cross. It came off Maguire's knee. Thankfully. Didn't know much about it, but it found its way to me, to Onana. Rashford again. Just needs to play the simple pass there. Why are Everton holding up Premier League corrupt flags? Just joined, says Ronan. Because they had a 10-point deduction in the international breaks. They're in the bottom. They're second from bottom now. They've had 10 points taken off for breaching financial fair play rules. Get Palestri on. Lots of people saying get Rashford off. Can't do anything right. He scored a goal. Give him a break. Go on, Onana. Should be quicker off your line than that. Hey, Mark, can you say hi to Tommy and Riley? Come on, United, says Flash Talks. Hello. Performance not exciting, but Mainoo and Garnacho give me hope for the future, says Patrick. Mainoo could be our Kante, says Kieran. If you had to vote though, Mark, who would you vote for, says Dean. Look, as I said, I think the occasion, Rooney's goal was better because it's a massive, massive game. Technique, it's Garnacho. That's what I would say. Please do subscribe to the channel, by the way. We're very close to 776. We're only 10 subscribers away. Bottom right-hand corner to subscribe. We've got player ratings coming in very soon. Also live with my match reaction after this. Live every morning at 10 o'clock. We've got Ben Foster on the show tomorrow as well. So subscribe, get involved with the United Stand. You're all very welcome. Look, I don't give a massive shit about Everton, if I'm being honest, but their big problem is they just don't score goals. Corner here. The inconsistency of VAR is a joke. The West Ham player took out the same as Young and didn't even get checked just because of the badge, says BF Claret. Do you think Varane goes in January? Can't make sense of the situation with him, says Anthony. Look, Man United have got another clean sheet, so Ten Hag at the moment survives with the Varane decision. Do you think our defence has played well today? I don't think it's played well. I think Everton have made big mistakes in their finishing. I think, for me, I'd be playing Maguire and Varane. I think that's our best centre-back pairing at the moment. It's going to hurt us at some point, but there needs to be a real conversation about Rashford, and also Maguire's career should be a case study for the power of imagination and thought, says Zion. Paul has just gifted 10 memberships. Paul Anderson, you're a legend. Is this our last game at Goodison ever, since their new stadium is nearly ready, says Jar Jar. Well, you've still got the FA Cup as well. I want McTominay to teach me bribery skills. Always gets 60+ minutes is amazing. Nice to Onana, looking more comfortable. Still no chemistry though, says Common. I've not. I suppose my compliment to McTominay would be I haven't really noticed him today. So is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? He's not really made any massive errors. Good block by Delo. I mean, Everton are still having loads of chances. Another corner. 20 minutes to go. Welcome to the Members Club, Red Ross. Something going on in the box here. How come Everton get deductions but City has not received theirs yet, says Roberto. Well, it's a fair question. I suppose Everton admitted it and it was easier to prove. Everton player goes down, referee plays on. Of course, it's a big week for Man United. We're live on Wednesday night, 5:45, Galatasaray. Got to win. Got to win there. Newcastle next Saturday. You'd want to be winning there as well. Tough place to go. Chelsea after that at home. Here's Rashford. This is where he does it. Side netting. Good cross by Rashford with his left foot. Garnacho on the far post. You feel there's a third goal for Man United here. Do you think Onana's redeemed himself for a shaky start, says Barry? I think Onana's made some big saves today. I still don't think we've really improved from the De Gea situation. De Gea was a good shot stopper. The distribution side of Onana's game isn't working. Double substitution here for United. It's going to be Amrabat and Mainoo's going to come off. What a performance by Mainoo. That's absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic performance from him. He comes off with 20 minutes to go. You would imagine maybe that's got an eye on Galatasaray. And Garnacho comes off because he's never going to sub Rashford, is he? So Garnacho goes off. Two big man of the match contenders there. Garnacho and Mainoo both coming off with 20 minutes to go. We'll have the player ratings in a moment. Should be getting some fresh legs on Mark, says Xavier. Yeah, he's just done that. Who was the lad with Foz on the preview, says Ian. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. I can't answer that question. Wrong subs again, says Milo. Well, 20 minutes to go. Let's hope they're not the wrong subs. Let's hope they're the right subs. Yeah, I was just having a quick look there at the Champions League situation. Not to wander off a little bit, but just a reminder of the game that's coming up on Wednesday at 5:45. Champions League for Manchester United. We're currently bottom of the group with 3 points with 2 games to go. Galatasaray have got 4. Copenhagen have got 4. Bayern Munich are playing Copenhagen, so they'll beat them. If we don't beat Galatasaray, I think we give ourselves a very, very difficult job. A draw might be okay, but realistically, we've got to win because we've got Bayern Munich last game. So it's another must-win game for Man United on Wednesday. Last stop ahead. Thank you very much for your super chat there. I saw somebody in the chat just say something quite interesting a moment ago about United have been very lucky with the teams that they've played. I don't know. Look, you can only play what's in front of you. Pellistri down the right hand side here. Bruno, Martial. Oh, 3-0. That's a cracking goal. He's deserved that because he probably would have scored from the penalty as well. Bruno with another assist. Manchester United 3, Everton 0. I mean, it does get to a point where in he comes again. You must be enjoying it.
Yeah.
It gets to a point where you've got to say that as maybe United haven't played that well. Maybe Everton have had more chances. But 3-0 is a scoreline that is comprehensively comprehensive. It's and it's a good goal as well. Martial starts it off, gives it into Pellistri, holds it up, sees the pass into Bruno, little pass into Martial, and that's a lovely little dink in to make it 3-0, and that will be game over. It's gone our way. It's gone our way today, hasn't it? It really has. And it's nice to see Martial getting a goal. And it's nice to see Manchester United getting 3 points. And I suppose to the doubters or the doom merchants, look, I sort of get your problem, but you've got to enjoy this. You've got to enjoy a 3-0 win for Manchester United. Our goal difference is now 0, which is a big, big positive as well. First Premier League goal of the season for Anthony Martial. Surely, Mark, you proved me wrong. They're in the manager, says Des Reynolds. I don't know what that means. Pellistri with a big impact. Wan-Bissaka's going to come on here. It's job done for Manchester United. I'd have took 1-0. I'll definitely take 3-0. It's not been vintage, far from it, but it's been efficient and it's been clinical. And I think that we said it at half-time. Wasn't a good performance. Ten Hag looks very, very happy with himself. Wasn't a good performance at half-time. Was just a world-class goal. Everton dominated us. The next thing was to score the next goal, which we've done. And Everton really, they flattered to deceive. I didn't fall into the category of being scared of Everton. I looked at that lineup. We've had 3 shots on target and we've scored 3 goals. They've had 5 shots on target and they've got none. They've had double the amount of shots to us. I'll go back to the comment that somebody said to me before. Man United have been really, really lucky. Well, look, if you look at Man United's wins this season, Burnley, Everton, Sheffield United, all 3 in the bottom half. Fulham, Forest, Crystal Palace, Wolves, Brentford. All our wins are in the bottom half. Oh, they've just hit the bar there, Everton, as well. If I was Everton, I'd hit the bar and have a drink. We have played a lot of teams that don't score goals, but that's going to change. Maybe people are right. Maybe we have been a little bit lucky in relation to the opposition, but you can only beat what's in front of you. And certainly United have done that today. 8 wins for Manchester United before today. 8 wins today, including today. Burnley, Everton, Sheffield United, Luton, bottom 4. Fulham, Forest, Wolves, Brentford. All in the bottom half. All our wins against bottom half teams. Well, that's going to change next week, isn't it? It's going to change next week because we've got Newcastle away, Chelsea at home. I just hope that yeah, I understand the frustrations that people have with the way we play, and we don't create many chances, and we haven't created many today, but you can't not praise a 3-0 win at Goodison. And if it's fake, it will be exposed. Have we learnt anything today in relation to confidence that we're good enough to get into the top 4? Probably not. But what we have done today is maintained a possibility of doing that by keeping ourselves in the race. Des says, I meant to say you proved me wrong. I was manager out. You were not happy with me because who we bring in, says Des. Well, I don't agree with the Ten Hag out movement. It doesn't mean that you can't be Ten Hag out. I support the manager, but I don't think we played well today. I do think about, Rick says, talk about snatch and grab. Everton are wasteful and United still can't play decent football. Look, I don't necessarily disagree with that. How important do you think this result is, says IB? I think it's massively important. I think when you get 3 points, it's important. Do I think anybody's really played well today? I think Mainoo played well. I think the defence has been a little bit shaky. A decent team would have scored 2 or 3 goals against us. But Ten Hag's going to talk about brilliant defence, brilliant midfield. He's going to talk about a brilliant performance because he's got to build up the confidence of his team. I think Everton have been ridiculously wasteful, and we've been ridiculously efficient with the chances that we've taken. I think there's harder tasks to come. I think this was the easiest game we had on paper for the next 4 games. Galatasaray have to win. Newcastle away, massive task. But I hope that this is 5 wins out of 6 in the Premier League. You can't be saying Ten Hag out when you've won 5 games out of 6. It's ridiculous. I'm hoping that these results will start to give the team some confidence to play better football. That's what I'm hoping. Don't give a care. They're bottom half teams. Let's take our chances, then see how the others do, says MOT. Do you think Everton will get relegated? No, I think there's too many shit teams that Everton are better than them. But Everton's, having watched Everton today, watched them play against Liverpool a few weeks ago as well, where they had a lot of, they went down to 10 men for a long time. Beth Stad's right about the dink. Yes, Martial, says Big Phil. I think Everton will stay up, but they've got a clear problem scoring goals. What's your thoughts on Mainoo's performance, says JZ? Really good. Really, really good. Probably man of the match. I wonder what's on Varane's mind right now, says Anders. Well, I think Varane would probably be quite happy. He might even play against Galatasaray. I think he'd be quite happy. The team's doing well. You want your team to do well. He will get his chance at some point because we will concede goals. Do you honestly think Lindelof and Maguire are going to shut Liverpool out and Chelsea out and Newcastle out and Galatasaray out and Aston Villa out? They could have conceded 2 goals today. So I don't think that this defence is going to be the foundation. And when Martinez is fit, he's going to play as well. So I wouldn't be too worried if I was Varane, unless his career's over at United, which if it's over, it's over, isn't it? Jamie says, Rashford just lingering around boils my blood, lazy and never any pressure on the opposition. He might as well sit in the stands and watch, says Jamie. Everybody is judging us on our past performances, but we're playing away against the fiery side and we've been decent all throughout, says Here's Palestri. We could get 4. Martial lays it off. Bruno was going to shoot. It's done well. 2 good goals and 3 points away at tricky ground. Confidence has to start somewhere. I'll take that, says Grant. That's my hope. That is my hope, that there's confidence here. What centre-back would you bring in to replace Varane, says John? Well, I think we'll bring Todibo in. I think we will. Sit down, Simon Jordan, says Elijah. Varane was smiling on the bench. I saw it, says Mohammed. And I prefer member-only chat like this where posts are not streaming past too fast for anyone to read with written comments, says Gregory. I need to just get the player ratings for you. Mark every player out of 10, 6 being the average. I'll get the link in the video description for you now. is it? Yeah, mark every player out of 10, 6 being the average. Link is in the video description for you now. Man United have got another free kick here. It's ended up being a very comfortable afternoon, and I'm very happy about that. I predicted Manchester United would win this game 1-0. So to be 3-0 up with 10 minutes to go is... it's not been this comfortable for quite a while. Harry Maguire in my fantasy Premier League team. Be nice if he got on the end of this free kick, which he didn't. But a clean sheet will do. Offside there. Martial's going to come off here. Be interesting to see if Højlund's going to be back for the game midweek. I suspect he will be, especially with his Champions League record. Another clean sheet for United as well. I mean, look, I get it. I get it. I'll talk about it more in the match reaction. I do get the criticism. But on the other hand, there is a point in time where you do have to say 3-0's a very comprehensive win. And it's another clean sheet. And it's 5 wins out of 6. And I get that people will say, well, it's Everton, Fulham, Luton, Sheffield United, Brentford. And they're all bottom half teams. A lot of them are in the relegation zone. But it's either a false dawn or it's a reality. And if we beat Newcastle next week, I don't think people can say, wow, it's a false dawn. You know, that's what at that point, that's when you go, hold on a minute. There's something happening here. And I said this before about Ten Hag. Last season, we didn't play particularly well for quite a long time. And yet, we got 3rd in the league. I'm going to close the poll on the Rooney Garnacho goal now. What goal was better? Garnacho had 68% of the vote. We all play the same games in the league. Our job is to accumulate as much points as possible. Don't care if there are poor clubs, says the Inquisition. Thank you very much to you. Of course, one of the things I will have a moan about is very, very quick turnaround for Manchester United. 3 games in 6 days. That's something we've got to manage. Galatasaray will be very hostile. I mean, in a way, we're sort of moving through the gears. Everton, hostile, 1. Galatasaray will be even more hostile. And then you've got Newcastle. Might not be quite as hostile, but it will be a great atmosphere and a better team. So it escalates this week. And we'll be here for all of it. Get involved. Loving it. Bring it on. Bring it on. Mainoo says we ain't beating Newcastle, but people said we won't beat Everton. Look, I'm telling you now, I'm pro Ten Hag. This guy, player ratings are up, yeah, on the website. Links in the video description. I've said it before about Ten Hag. He did it last season as well. He is a guy that wins games. Here's Rashford down the right-hand side. Hi, Mark. Have you heard rumours about Casemiro wanting out? Here's Rashford. Gone for a corner. I haven't heard anything about that, Riley. And would love to see Palestri getting regular games in the Premier League. Looks a proper good player. And hopefully Ahmad can come back in too, says Niall. I don't know what's going on with Ahmad. I genuinely don't know what's going on with Ahmad. I thought he would have been back by now. But Yeah, it'd be nice to get him involved. Corner to United. This would be complete if Harry Maguire scored. Clean sheet and a Harry Maguire goal for my fantasy Premier League would complete the weekend. Completed it, mate. Oh, Maguire, free header, way wide. Way wide. Man of the match contenders for me, Kobe Mainoo, Garnacho, Onana. One of them three. I think everyone else has been a bit average. I mean, Bruno's probably ended up with... Well, he got an assist. Luke Shaw as well. I think Luke Shaw coming back has done well. Playing well, done, not, give your extra points, says Alan Noonan. No, but playing well will make you finish up higher up the league, I think. What do you think about the defence, Mark? I think Luke Shaw played well. I think Maguire, Dalot, okay. Lindelof, bordering okay. At some point, you've got to be realistic and say that you can't say the whole of the defence played well when we gave up so many chances. I mean, Onana is a man of the match contender because he made a lot of saves. That means we haven't defended well. So I think Onana played well. Luke Shaw played well. Maguire, Dalot, okay. Lindelof, reasonable. But I wouldn't say the defence played well. We did concede a lot of chances. But I'm hopeful that we can build on it. There's been a conspiracy that United's board is trying to let go of players with the highest wages. Have you heard about this, Mark? Says Abdul. I've spoken about it. I've spoken about it on the United stand. Red Ross says it's amazing with a better solid left back comes in, we play better. Red Ross, I don't know what you're watching. We haven't played well today. I mean, let's not rewrite history. This is not... I don't think Luke Shaw's come in and made us play better. I think we've been more organised. I don't think we've played well today. I mean, you know me, I'm massively positive about Ten Hag, and I want people to get behind him. But we haven't played well today. I think if you were giving, oh my God, if you were giving points out for who played the better football, probably goes to Everton. But there's a lot of work still to be done in relation to that side of things. But the result's fantastic. I think Rashford's done well. Says, all right, yeah. Good this game. Amazing ball retention, amazing passing, and amazing decision-making. You're going to get pelters. Brave of you. Well done. Greetings, Mark. It's very exciting to see the youth coming through. The likes of Garnacho, Pellistri, and Mainoo make me so happy, says Owen. Positives, yes. Luke Shaw went off for Wan-Bissaka, by the way. Dalot's gone to left back. Garnacho got man of the match. I think that's a little bit like Trent getting man of the match yesterday, isn't it? We see this all the time. I think we're better than this as football fans. And I think we get treated like idiots by the mainstream. They gave it to Trent yesterday because he scored the equaliser. He wasn't man of the match. And giving it to Garnacho today is more acceptable because of the world-class goal. But do you just give man of the match to the guy who scores a goal? Or do you give man of the match to the person who played the best across 90 minutes? I think this one's close between Garnacho and Mainoo. I thought yesterday Trent getting it was a joke. But the mainstream seem to do this. They've done it all my life. They give man of the match to the guy who scored the goal. And I think football's moved on from that. I think football fans are more intelligent than that. Just because you score a goal doesn't mean you should get man of the match. Look, you've got your chance to vote. Player ratings, mark every player out of 10, 6 being the average. And... put a star next to your man of the match. We'll have a look what happens. Will it be Mainoo? Will it be Onana? Will it be Shaw? Will it be Garnacho? Let us know. 6 minutes added on here. Yeah, I don't know where they've got that from either. Don't concede. I've got fucking Maguire in my fantasy Premier League team. Don't bloody concede. I want, this would be typical if we go and concede now. Come on, keep the clean sheet. I'm not even joking. I know we've won the game, but I want a clean sheet here. Do you think the ref got any bad decisions wrong for Everton? I mean, he could have given Bruno a yellow. But apart from that, no. I don't think there's been any injustice here. I think if I was an Everton fan, I'd be a bit pissed off that we've lost 3-0. It's probably a game that should have been 3-3. If we're being honest, Everton had some really big chances. Oh, just off the line by Lindelof. And Onana made a save as well. I'd give it to Onana as the Inquisition, as man of the match. What happened here? Tarkovsky. Yeah, good save by Onana. How many fancy Premier League points have you got, Mark? If I'm quick enough, I can tell you. I have got 56 points at the moment. The bonus points for United game will go to... Bloody hell, Delo. Delo's going to get maximum points. Delo, Martial and Onana are going to get the bonus points today. Delo, Martial and Onana. I haven't got Delo. Yeah, I got 56 points, and that will be it for me today. It's not too bad. The way they work man of the match is frustrating, Mark. Sometimes it shouldn't even be given to a player on a winning side, but always is, says Tom. That's way out of the box. They're not that intelligent enough on the mainstream to go there. Imagine if they gave the man of the match to a player that was on the losing team. I mean, it should happen sometimes. Still playing on here. I'm not celebrating this win. Everton have been beaten by Luton and others around them this season. Can't string passes together and are bad up front, says Darren. Oh, come on, Darren. I can't believe there's people out there that aren't happy with a Man United win. I can't believe it. Don't believe it. Makes no sense to me. Look, I'm very happy with that win today. I'm very excited to have football back. I'm really excited about Galatasaray on Wednesday. Bring on Newcastle and Chelsea. It's the festive time of the year. It's the best time of the year. And you know what? There's the final whistle. I'll take that. I don't want to be sat here tonight thinking about a loss against Everton with more difficult games to come. That's the easiest game on paper. We've won. We move on to the next one. Let's hope we can take some confidence from it. Mark, if you were manager of United, what would you bring to the team, says Nightwolf. Well, it's not an interview. I'd pick a different team, to be honest with you. But look, that's a great result from Manchester United. Don't forget to do your player ratings. Mark every player out of 10, 6 being the average. Will it be Garnacho? Will it be Mainoo? Could it be someone else? I'll see you over on the match reaction in a minute.